How's it going, guys? It's Ty here with another album review on Foreground Music, and today we're talking about the brand new sophomore LP from ASAP Ferg, the pseudonym of Harlem rapper Daryl Ferguson Jr. Ferg's rise to fame came as a result of his association with the rap crew ASAP Mob and his collaborations with its most popular member ASAP Rocky. Ferg's first solo outing came in 2013 as a result of his signing with RCA Records, and presented a consistently aggressive set of songs that showcased his merit as a competent MC outside of the collective setting. Despite a couple of impressive features, there was really nothing groundbreaking to be found here, and despite its cohesion and adoration by many rap fans, I feel that Trap Lord has too many underwhelming moments to be considered anything more than a promising album, but a very promising album at that. In 2014, we saw the release of Ferg Forever, a mixtape rife with diverse features and producers, and home to some standout tracks like Fergsomnia and the cheesy but fun dance-along Dope Walk. And now in 2016, we have the release of Ferg's second full-length album, Always Strive and Prosper, an album he's described in interviews as his biographical rags to riches story. The most notable lyrical distinction that we're presented with here is Ferg's focus on family, relationships, and community, with a variety of tracks that explore his relationships with various family members, lovers, and with the neighborhood that he grew up in. But fortunately, despite this album's sentimentalities, it manages to play to Ferg's strengths as an artist. This thing has its fair share of bangers with ignorant, braggadocious lyrics like Hungry Ham, Swipe Life, and Uzi Gang, and these are definitely some of the most enjoyable moments here. Skrillex's production on the second cut here makes use of the same atonal synths and trap-style production that he played with on his last album, Recess, and it actually works here, even though the vocals in the hook are a bit aggravating at times. But the first emotional detour that we take here is with the suite of Psycho and Let It Bang. Here we're getting a look into the life of Ferg's uncle, who was known to fight people in the park for money and to drink a lot of liquor. The window we're looking into here is one colored with a tint of maturity and retrospection for the type of values Ferg aspired to as a young man compared to the ones that he values now. The change in tone here isn't accompanied by a major thematic shift, though, and these songs work really well, displaying Ferg's surprisingly competent storytelling. The latter half of the album sees some more tender moments as well, like the uplifting Beautiful People, which says nothing new per se, but puts across its message with solid flows over a gorgeous instrumental. I love how the variation of instrumental styles here, from electronic banger to soulful boom bap to the anthemic single Strive, is never executed in a way that pulls you out of the record. For the most part, the choice of beats and sequencing on this album were done very well. This album's tenderness does fall flat, however, on the Chris Brown feature I Love You, whose gushy amorousness seems to completely backpedal against all the staunchly gangster assertions he's made over the first 80% of the album, and Chris Brown's feature is just painfully out of place. And on Let You Go, Ferg seems to be saying that although he's always projecting a certain type of persona, that it's all an act and he's really a sensitive guy who can be true to his lover despite his raps about indiscriminate sex with groupies. He comments that he raps about these things to inspire the less successful people from where he grew up to succeed in their own aspirations, which is a theme he explores in many places on this album. But if part of that persona is an act, then there's a certain degree of disingenuousness that can't help but be there. Luckily, the tonal flubs here lie toward the end of the track listing and are usually paired with pleasant instrumentation. The track Grandma sees Ferg at his most vulnerable here, talking about his longing to share his success with his late grandmother, but the awkward flows here and the goofy hook kind of take me out of the experience. Speaking of tonal shifts, I am so hot. I am so goddamn hot. I keep the fan off for you guys so you can hear me. Speaking of tonal shifts, the third cut, Strive, with its Missy Elliott feature, is an inspirational, motivational pop house anthem that goes over surprisingly well in the context of the record. The song is a blast, and Ferg's singing in the verses stays well within the range it needs to be in to make it listenable. Missy's feature is solid, Ferg's verses are solid, the instrumental is super fun, and I feel that this track is gonna give Ferg a lot of crossover appeal in the mainstream. Aside from the Chris Brown moment here, I feel like all the features on this thing are well placed. Ferg's lyricism and flow rarely ever get lazy, and the instrumentals are consistently good. And consistently good is the way I would describe most of this record. I'm giving Always Strive and Prosper a rating of 74 out of 100. Thanks so much for checking out my first review of a rap album, guys. Very exciting stuff. Definitely more rap reviews to come in the future with the new Drake and Death Grips albums in the pipeline. Throw me a like if you enjoyed this video. Hit me up on social media, links in the description. Subscribe for more music related content in the future, and remember, life's too short for background music.